Update for you. Excuse the hair, I can't be fucked doing it today. Jesus Christ, looking in the mirror, it looks like I've fucking been electrocuted. Alright, so, in fact, just for those that have hang-ups with people not having their hair done. Done! Alright, so, an update. I asked, when I released the defended hearing of the bus lane ticket last month, I asked everybody, do you think I should appeal or not? The resounding response to that question was, fuck yes. Well, yes, I'm just adding in a few expletives. So I have. Now, the way it works is you have 20 working days to exercise your right to appeal any decision. And when I say 20 working days, you can appeal it. Later than that, it just means that you have to actually apply to the higher court, or to High Court, or whoever the court is that's the next step up, to apply to that court without requesting leave. If you're later than 20 working days, you have to request leave of the court first to file the appeal. If you do it within those 20 working days, then you don't need to request leave. It's an automatic right for you to be able to do so. That 20 working days starts from the following working day after the decision. 30th of June was the decision on a Friday, which meant the following Monday, counting that day onwards, 20 working days. Thanks to the fact that we had Auckland public holiday, Matariki, on the 14th of July, that dragged me out to basically today or tomorrow being the last 20 working days for me to file. I have filed a notice of appeal. Now, Manukau Registry, I don't know if it's just an issue they have personally with me. Personal issues shouldn't come into it, but the Manukau Registry, and I've dealt with a lot of courts, Manukau Registry are absolutely appalling. You are supposed to receive an acknowledgement upon an application. You don't even get that with them. I did what the Ministry of Justice and Department of Collections suggested. I emailed a request for the applications, got sent back this form saying please fill it out. I did that under duress and also did my own application for documents as well in my own format as well as their form. So I doubled and tripled. I even emailed jury trials in Wellington asking them if they could supply it, but it's not their jurisdiction. All Wellington did was email it through to Manukau and say, can you please action the transcript? Okay, so Manukau has remained silent. They know damn well that they have misrepresented what the court's decision was that day by charging me $130 court costs, when clearly on the recording everybody's privy to, you can all see it on YouTube, they say $30 court costs.
You are fined $150 with court costs of $30.
So they have flat out fucking lied, misrepresented, and are breaching Section 240 of the Crimes Act. They're attempting to gain money through misrepresentation by putting down an extra $100 in the court costs. Now, what really troubles me is how many other frickin' people are they doing this to? You know, how many people just pay the bill, or if they do go through court, just pay the fine afterwards and don't question the costs or aren't taking note of what was said? How many people are being shafted by a corrupt bloody court system? Now, after filing all of the applications, requesting transcripts, I have heard exactly zip from Manukau Registry. They haven't responded at all to me. So they're breaching their own frickin' rules. They've not acknowledged anything. They've, as far as the cost breakdown that Ministry of Justice suggested I hit them up for, not even addressed it. Not even supplied it. As far as Francis Tangatailoa and his little fucking discrimination and harassment because I was wearing my jersey, a complaint's been put through to my old mate Chris Hurd at the Senior Solicitor, and he might object to me calling him my old mate, but freedom of speech if you don't like it, sorry. And he's also said he has stored the 30th of June, the CCTV footage from me being there that day. So, granted it's only video, but we don't really care about that now, do we? Because we know full well who already has the audio. So I'll be able to just splice that in so you can all see their video along with the audio of what happened when I tried to go in with my jersey and got discriminated against. So that complaint is underway. That's a separate issue as far as Francis is concerned. Now, I've filed the notice of appeal. Because it's now ongoing in the High Court, I'm not going to be releasing any documentation about that, but rest assured I will do when it's concluded. Because you can release information about a court case before the first hearing and once it's concluded. While it's still ongoing, don't. You can cop shit for it. You can give your own opinions and information, but you can't exactly release any nitpicking information about it while it's ongoing before the courts. So now I've filed also a fee waiver. Being that I'm a beneficiary, it hopefully isn't going to cost me $540 to file in the High Court for my appeal. Hopefully, and I've supplied my financial information through to them as well, filled out the waiver form, so all that's going to go through hopefully without a problem. Now, Manukau Registry might want to be ignorant, stick their heads in the sand in regards to little old me asking for documents, which I'm fully fucking entitled to, but they're not going to be able to stick their head in the sand when it's the High Court requesting it. So they want to ignore me. Let's see them ignore someone with inherent jurisdiction, because they need those documents. Under the High Court Rules 20.9, 20.9 subsection 4 and subsection 5, I can ask for the documents, and I can file an appeal within the 20 days, and all I'm asking to do as far as High Court Rules 20.9 is the ability to be able to file an amended notice of appeal, because I can't very well go through my audio recording and say this happened at this time and this time. They need the court transcript, so do I. So then I can go through paragraph by paragraph and put my points of appeal using their documentation. Without that document, it's hard for me to do. So all I can do is put in a very basic notice of appeal and let them know that I'm going to be filing an amended notice once I get supplied the transcript. And also under 20.9 subsection 5, as soon as I'm supplied that transcript, I then hand it over to the High Court so they have those documents as well. It's really that simple. But seeing they want to ignore me giving it to them, let's see them ignore the High Court requesting it. So that's as far as the notice of appeal is concerned. Now what I've also done is I have emailed a copy of the notice of appeal, and inside the notice of appeal I've also put in an application for a stay of enforcement under High Court Rule 20.10 or 20.10. You have the right to ask for a stay of enforcement on that fine until such things get sorted in the High Court. They have the power to do that, so I've thrown that in there as well. The documentation that I sent off to Auckland High Court this morning is also, I've sent copies of that to the Fines Inquiry email at Department of Collections, so everyone is kept on the same page and in the same loop. And just as a bit of a cheek, I thought I'd ask old Ma Neary, the prosecutor for Auckland Transport, if he has it on record what the court costs, because all I need is some evidence other than my own audio recording, which should be sufficient in a perfect world, to show that court costs were $30, but no, everybody just goes numb. We all know why they did this, because I'm standing there literally giving them the middle finger in court by wearing a court security jumper with a circle through it and a line. This is just basic retaliation and abusing their power. So, yeah, that's where we stand as far as the notice of appeal is concerned. I will release another video. I just want to keep the video short these times around for people so they can watch it and carry on with their lives. I will release another video very shortly in regards to my call, which I'm about to make to the Department of Collections, making sure they're on the same page and kept informed. I don't say it very often, but please like, share, subscribe. Apparently it does something to an algorithm on YouTube. Not that I give a fuck, but if you want to, I really appreciate it. Alright guys, take care and keep cool to after school. See you guys.